Oh, come on, nerds, it's your boy Wicker75 here for some more fun and games. Today we have a heart in your sleeve. I really don't know how to describe this game other than cute, or at least cute seeming, and I believe an interesting premise. From what I read on itch.io, basically we're dressing up for a dinner date. So we get to pick the outfit. And I have no idea how that's supposed to affect the ending, but it's supposed to affect the ending, so let's go. One quick thing before let's go actually. For everyone and anyone who's waiting for Idra, I tried to record, and I had my ass handed to me several times. So I'm putting that off slightly. I'm still gonna try recording it, but I just wanted to take a break, record something else, and get back to it, you know? So don't worry, it'll come eventually. I'm trying, I swear. But there we go, heart in your sleeve. My name is Winger. There's an itch under my skin that I can't scratch. Persistent, pointed, and pernicious. Pernicious. Where'd I get pernicious? Pernicious. Like a bug bite, the more I pay attention to it, the worse it gets. Beams of sunlight strike my face through the blinds, signaling the start of sunset. Well, all at once I'm made awfully aware that the passage of time has no patience for my cold feet. Instead of granting me with a sense of urgency that could spur me into action, however, the awareness only fills me with more dread. How loud is this music? That is some loud music. Okay, hold on. References? I thought I tuned you down a fair bit. Then again, I usually have my volume all the way down there. Or something like that. So hard to say. Is this better? It'll do. Okay, maybe a bit more. Just a teensy bit. I'm sorry, I just didn't realize the background buff would be this loud. It's nice, don't get me wrong. Blah 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 blah, dread, yes. Paralyzed, I can only squint and urge on the rays to leave me alone. Tonight won't go well, I know it. I'll make a fool of myself. Or they'll finally realize they can do so much better than me, or... Abruptly, I noticed that the hand I threw over my eye is trembling ever so slightly. After another second, I also realized how shallow my breaths have been due to the tight knots in my chest. That's when something catches my eye. That's when I force myself to breathe. Let's see. I'm gonna see my eyes caught. The light flooding my room makes something in my peripheral vision glint. Out of irritation, I muster up the energy to roll over and see what it is. Oh, it's... The bracelet on my desk sparkles as if it's greeting me. In response, I get up from my bed to take it and put it on. Flop back down on my sheets, hands stretched upwards. Bunch of brightly colored beads held together by a dark elastic rests on my wrist. It's nothing impressive at first glance, but they bought this on our second date. They plucked it from a basket, held it next to my face, and nodded with a satisfied smile before moving into the counter to buy it. The way I had my objections, they insisted I just had to have it, because apparently it brought to my eyes just so. When I relented and put out my wrist, god damn, I can't read. Their smile turned into a grin, and they threw in a joke about it being a bracelet, since it felt too early for a ring. I still don't quite get what it is they saw that day, since the beads aren't even the same color as my eyes, but nevertheless, I can't help but smile at the memory. As I begin to gather back my senses, I realize there's, in fact, still plenty of time until I'm supposed to meet them. I almost wish this weren't the case. Since I managed to calm down, I would have preferred to push through all the way in my current state of mind instead of leaving enough time to get lost in my thoughts again. Continuing the thrilling activity of staring at the ceiling would only accelerate the inevitable. Though I should tidy up my room. Because why would you take a nap? My room isn't that messy, but it can always use some work, really. I lift roll myself out of bed, and after reveling in the tragedy of the separation for another few seconds, I scour around my room for something that could provide me with a menial task. Eventually, my eyes settle on a particularly cluttered corner. Deeming it to have enough potential to provide me with a suitable amount of distraction, I kneel down to it and set about sorting through the mess. This pair of jeans should have gone to the laundry yesterday, and I was wondering where those coupons had disappeared to. They just expired a few days ago, damn it. And so it goes on until I'm left eventually with an overflowing trash can and a pile of things to put back in their places. That pile can be dealt with later. For now, I just zone out, satisfied by the progress made. I've snapped out of my stupor from a pitter-patter on my window. I look out to see raindrops dripping against the glass. Right, an umbrella, I need that. Takes a bit of searching before I find it, since it wasn't where I last put it. I eventually find it between the crack between my desk and the wall. Weird. When was the last time I used this? Probably on our first date, actually. It'd been raining then, almost a torrential downpour, but they still wanted to meet up. There was no way I could call it off when they said they were too excited to let some bad weather stop us from spending time together. They held the umbrella the entire time and walking back to my apartment, even though my place is a ways away from theirs. It was special, felt treasured, almost, in a way that I rarely do. When we said our goodbyes, I could see how soaked their shoulder was. I immediately felt a surge of shame for having let it go unnoticed for this long. Their grin made it evident that they couldn't care less, though, so I decided to stay quiet about it, even on the apology that was at the tip of my tongue. If I fretted, they'd prioritize reassuring me, and that was the last thing I wanted. I wanted them to just enjoy the good mood without me throwing a wet blanket over it for the sake of my own conscience. I looked down at the umbrella in my hands and gripped on its handle. Will they offer to hold it for the both of us again today? And if they do, am I supposed to accept? Or say that it's my turn to return the favor? What would make them happier? Does any of this even matter as much to them as it does to me? The clock in the corner of my eyes catches my attention as hands shift to the next hour. Most of the sunlight is gone too. Gotta start getting ready soon. With a sigh, I leave the umbrella to rest near the front door and head over to the closet. Here it is, the next obstacle that I've been putting off for as long as possible. Wardrobe time! I've got quite a lot to choose from here, thanks to my roommate lending me some clothes, which means some of the stuff here is outside my comfort zone. But, well, nothing wrong with new experiences if it comes to that. I also can't try every single one of these since I only have so much time. Not to mention that the ridiculous amount of combinations. Not to mention that the amount of combinations possible with all these items is bound to be ridiculously large. After browsing through my options, I decide to arrange together some outfits and choose from those. Oh, cardigan, tank top, wide leg pants, and flats. Cute, but no. Blazer, turtleneck, slacks, and dress shoes. No. Leather jacket, gray jeans, and buckle boots. No. Open jacket, two top slit skirts, thigh-high socks. I like the energy, but no. I should say the enthusiasm. Hoodie, t-shirts, leggings, and sneakers. I'll come back to you. Okay, I came back to you. It's cozy. I really didn't put much thought into this one, admittedly. Wait a second. I just saved this, sorry. There we go. Really didn't put much thought into this one. Featuring one of my best friends, my favorite hoodie. If there's any piece of clothing that stuck around with me through thick and thin, it's this one. The outfit isn't all that fitting for a date, but it makes up for it by being extremely comfortable. But now that I'm actually considering the outfit as the legitimate choice, I just really don't like the outfit itself, the way the clothes fit. What does that mean? These clothes fit me, but much more so in function than form. The hoodie hangs off my shoulders somewhat, leaves enough room for my arms to move without restraint, making it convenient for everyday wear. It also means, though, that it folds my body in a less than flattering way. Putting my hands in the pockets makes it worse, as it makes me bolder on being formless. The leggings wrap snugly around my legs and look good enough, especially when paired with a long t-shirt. That is, until the excess fabric collects to my ankles. There aren't any better shoes to walk in than these sneakers either, but the tears and stains on them, it's pretty clear that they're my favorite pair. So yeah, they technically fit me, but I don't look any better than usual by wearing this, which is kind of the point. If I wanted to impress them, I'd pick something else. It wouldn't be fair to them if I put a whole lot of effort into looking like someone I'm not, only to let them down afterwards. At least that was the thought process behind this outfit. That just leaves me with, well, me. And seeing my unembellished self in the mirror is seriously making me reconsider this whole natural look option. Choose this outfit? Yeah, I'd say so. Honestly, I didn't expect it to go that deep, but that whole thing about not getting people's expectations up and letting them know that this is you straight from the get-go, that is 100% energy I give, and I love it. Or I think I want to give anyways. Correct me if I'm wrong, comment and complain. Can't say I'm entirely satisfied, but well, I'd be here all day if I tried to be. So once I decide I'm ready enough, I put on my shoes and head out. The drizzle from earlier has stopped for now, and there's still a trickle of sunlight spread across the horizon, casting a hazy glow on the streets as I walk. I realize I forgot to bring the umbrella with me. I consider going back for it, but, well, I don't want to be late. The sky is clearing out already, so I decided it should be fine to go on without it. The air is tight around my skin, even as the light breeze picks up. Prickling here, pulling there, tugging this way and that. Like an itch I can't scratch. I adjust my hood again, more out of habit than anything. So much for feeling comfortable. If nothing else, I'm dressed for the weather at least. I clench my jaw for a moment before reaching over to fiddle with my bracelet. The beads clink against one another to make a satisfying grounding sound. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. I repeat that mantra under my breath a few times, fighting not to be inaudible to anyone else, and continue making my way to the restaurant. I shouldn't lose my peace, especially since I'm already running late as is. As I approach the restaurant, I notice Teal leaning against the wall just outside its door. They're hard to miss since they insistently wear that fur-lined jacket and scarf, regardless of the weather. I can't help but wonder if they're really fine under all that cloth and this humidity. Well, Teal looks interesting. I like. Yeah. Could go wrong. They look up in response to the sound of my footsteps, and their whole face brightens as they realize it's me, waving enthusiastically as I get closer. It's impossible to not smile back to a welcome like that. Before I can even think of apologizing for being late, they say, "You're here!" I went ahead and put us on the waiting list. It shouldn't be too long until our turn though. Hey, oh, okay, cool. I don't think I've ever had to wait in a waiting list for this place before. Good to see you, by the way. Good to see you too, and yeah, I haven't either. And I've been here plenty of times, I know. And so the small talk continues on as we ask each other about how our days went. Despite usually painting quite the pictures with their words, they're uncharacteristically vague when I ask what they were up to before coming to the restaurant. Not that I am in any position to question it, considering how I dodged the question myself when they threw it back at me. I don't want to admit that and deciding on an outfit took me long enough to be late, only to end up choosing this. With a sigh, I take my hoodie off and wrap it around my waist. At least that makes it an accessory now instead of the main part of the outfit. Sort of. Something's on your mind. What is it? A myriad of options race through my mind at their question. I could dodge the question and just move on, but that'd just leave them worried for the rest of the night. My conscience wouldn't be at peace either if I tried to zigzag around it. Well, they offered me a chance to speak up, might as well take it. You know, despite the low effort look, I did have an idea behind this outfit. Oh yeah? What was it? I wanted to just show up as my usual self. Once I started sprucing up, the pressure to maintain that appearance would follow me around for each of our dates. I didn't want to give you the wrong impression of who I am and disappoint you later on. But now that I'm actually here wearing this, I realize I would have disappointed you either way. It was just a matter of when. The moment of honesty was relieving, but I also wasn't ignorant about the weight of my words. I realized it completely shifted the mood of the conversation, but, well, what's done is done. I'm not entirely sure what to expect from Taylor's response, so I stared at the floor, trying to prepare myself for whatever that might come. It's really flattering to hear that you thought that far ahead, if I'm honest. You should know that you haven't disappointed me in any way, though, and that I understand the sentiment behind your choice, and that it's appreciated. I smiled weakly, glancing up to meet their gaze. I did make quite the assumptions there about your feelings, didn't I? Reasonable concerns, mind you, don't worry about it. Just know that your explanation makes you look extra great in my eyes. I snort at their exaggerated wink and find enough boldness in myself to wink back. Thank you. You're looking good too. It's barely a compliment, but their smile shifts to something more shy. They cleared their throat and tucked their hair behind their ear. You're not just saying that as a diversion, are you? Of course not. I meant what I said as much as you did. There's an undeniable satisfaction of having the tables turn against them this time, and with so few words too. They really are clumsy at being on the receiving end. Content, I realize. I can't English, and I kill myself. Content, I watched them mumble a task before grabbing my hand and leading me into the restaurant. Come on, let's head inside. Their hands warm in mine, and it sent a little thrill up my spine. Soon enough, the hostess seats us. At first, as we settled into the booth across from each other, I was too preoccupied with the lump of nerves lodged in my throat to pay much attention to anything else. My eyes bored through the menu to make sure I'd have my order decided before the waitress came back to her table. Only after completing the nerve-wracking ordeal of reciting my order was I free from my television. And now, with my elbows on the table and chin resting on my folded hands, I have the leisure to notice how they're fidgeting ever so subtly. When I hear them stumble in their words during their order, the slight strain in their laugh, when I see them glance back and forth and push their hair back again, I have a moment of realization. They're just as nervous as I am, aren't they? I had an inkling, but that this was the case ever since they reacted so bashfully to my compliment. For what? However the rest of the night goes, I'd be happy to just have spent time with them. Oh. The answer's been staring at me right from the start, hasn't it? I pictured them pacing about their closet, digging through the racks and shelves to put together a suitable outfit for the night. During our last date, they told me a story. They told me how at one point they once impulse bought a nice shirt that they knew they were never going to wear, swore that they'll wear it for a special occasion, and then proceeded to never let it see the light of the day. They said that they meant to wear it for a first date. By the time they found the poor thing shoved into a corner of the drawer, it wasn't enough time to smooth out its wrinkles. Suddenly, I can't resist my curiosity. Hey, your shoes. As if caught off guard, they dropped the straw into the lemonade too abruptly, and the ice almost clinks over the edge of the overfilled glass. Yeah? Did I already spill something on it? No, but is that the one you said you meant to wear last time? Oh yeah, it is. I didn't think you'd remember that. You went out of your way to tell a whole story about it. I don't see why I wouldn't. Yeah, but I tell a lot of stories. Some of them are more memorable than others. Like the ones focused on you. I haven't heard you tell a lot of those. Huh, really? Guess I just have an easier time remembering things about others. What? Then do you mainly talk about me when you tell stories about our dates? Putting it like that is embarrassing. I laugh at how they turn into frantically inhale their lemonade, and their pouty glare gradually turns into something softer. The straw resting at the corner of their lopsided smile growing on their lips. Once my laughter subsides, I give them back the best smile I can. The rest of the meal goes on like that, with more stories exchanged and another memory made. A memory that would become a story of its own later on. Last of tonight. As we walk out the restaurant, they nudge me with their shoulder. Had a really good time. There's a little waver in their words. Since I first noticed it, it's only become more and more evident. But what can I do to help? What can I see? Me too. They look away for long enough for me to trace their gaze, wondering what's taking a hold of their attention for so long. I find myself staring at a lamppost of all things, counting the raindrops that fall under its light like shooting stars, until they finally interrupt the silence. Would you mind me walking you home? It's late and all, so... Yeah, of course. I mean, no, I wouldn't mind. I internally grimace at my stammering, but getting that permission seems to sell some of their news somehow. And, well, that's at least one mission accomplished, albeit not with the ideal performance points. When they finally meet my gaze again, I feel like I need to see something more. Something clearer and in my own words. And, you know, if I don't keep talking, I'll lose the momentum. I really do mean it. Tonight was great, and I always enjoy your company, so you don't have to be so nervous. I mean, there's nothing to get right or wrong in all this, besides like basic decency. You know what I mean. A smile breaks through their face, followed by a chuckle. A little hypocritical, don't you think? Before I can reply, they speak again, softer this time. But I get it, it's hard. And it means a lot to me that you say that. For a while, we simply stand there to bask in the moment, and I find myself staring at them just for the sake of it. Their eyes widen as I bring up my wrist next to their face. You know, I'm starting to see what you meant by the bracelet bringing out the eyes. As I place my hand on their cheek, the beads continue to gleam under the lamp's dim light, the same way their eyes do. None of the beads match their eye color either, but I can almost see each of them swirling in their iris to accentuate the expression they were making. It was like they were reflecting the colorful storm that rages through anyone's head in emotional moments. Yes, even through the heads of the most laid-back individuals. Huh? Already? You're a fast learner, aren't you? They're trying so hard to sound lighthearted, but the blush on their face betrays them. Yeah, we should get you one too on our next trip here. And there. Everywhere. I'm glad to accept any gift you get me. But isn't this one more suited for you than me? Aw, don't tell me you're too shy to match with me. Good. It's not that, just... Okay, fine. I don't have anything legitimate to say against that. So you are just shy. They let out a little disgruntled noise before taking my hand off their cheek and holding it with their own. Alas, yet again, I lacked the wisdom to check the forecast before heading off today. Neither did I. And here I was, betting on you, Brainio, since you're the wiser one out of us. Ha! Me, the wiser one? You're funny. Why, you disapprove of my impeccable judgment? I'm wounded. Well, we'll have to run through the rain then, like they do in the movies. You know what? That's pretty romantic in its own way. I'm not against it. My house is closer to here, so we can just do our best to sprint there. And feel free to stay over until the rain goes away. Dry off and stuff. I pull my hood over my head, quietly grateful for at least some cover from the rain. Taylor mimics me, grinning as I catch your eye. Aren't you glad you brought something with a hood? I lower my head to zip up the hoodie, trying to hide my smile. Too bad yours is gonna make you look like a drenched puppy if you decide to put it up. Considering all the fluff it's lined with. They snicker as if they just remembered how the weather inappropriate their jacket is. Well, it's fine. I'm too excited to be concerned anyways. We look like one hell of a couple running in the rain like we're about to. I grin back at them and look at the sky. A couple of soaked people, you mean? A couple of real unlucky ducks. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty lucky, honestly. And so we made our way back, rushing through the night without a care for anything beside each other's laughs. Even as we bolted through crowded streets, causing enough of a ruckus to get Ted sailing in our direction, the race was something between just the two of us. The beating of my heart overtook the sound of the raindrops falling all around me, and I knew it wasn't just because of the physical exertion. I couldn't say with confidence if I'd be able to preserve this vibrant memory true for the years. But what mattered to me was that tonight happened at all. That I had this experience, and that there was someone beside me that I wanted to share more of these moments with. Tonight was special, no doubt. But what made it so was that I didn't want it to be special. I wanted this sense of warmth to be a norm, for both myself and for them. So when we inevitably had to part ways, I had a specific farewell in mind. See you soon. And that prospect of a next time, which they confirmed with their response, more than made up for the disappointment of today being over. See you. Woo! Oh god, right in the feels. Oh, that was good. I needed that. It was so light. It was so fluff. It was so good. Oh, I needed that so badly. Thank God. Video games heal the soul, man. Jesus Christ. Feels good. So there you go. That was hard in your sleeve. It's a shame I didn't have someone to join me for this one, but everyone's busy, so it's fine. I'll bug people, and I'll see if I get someone for the next one. Other than Idra, of course. Who knows? Might just get lucky. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye!